Hi, everybody. I was tired of typing. I think I got everything ready for what I want to talk about tonight, and I'm raring to go. So I started a little early. I'm supposed to have a pop-in guest who hasn't popped in yet. So we'll just wait a little bit here for a little bit, and I'll just say howdy, howdy, howdy to John, Schuylkill River Valley, uh, Boxcar Jerry Satarelli, uh, Wigwag Workshop, Dwight Curley, uh, James Gouton, uh, Ron Brights, uh, uh, there's Rick Bailey from Foltz Bailey Model Railroad. Uh, good evening. Good evening. Good to be with you all tonight. And there's Dave's Hobbies and Things. How you doing? Joe Rayner! How you doing, my friend? But the last couple weeks, man, I can't win. I'm telling you, I no sooner get over one thing, I get something else. You know, it's just. But you know, I have my own opinion about that, and I really think that the closer you get to the Lord, the enemy attacks. And if you think there ain't any spiritual warfare going on, buddy, I'm telling you. So I just look at it with a smile on my face and saying, hey, it's just something I got to go through. Dragon Lover, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you in here. Hey, there's Claude from Cowboy Valley and Timberline Junction. How's it going tonight, Claude? Good to see you in here. I hope you all are going to like the subject I want to talk about tonight. And I'm going to get into. I was hoping my guest would get here because I have a guest that wants to come in and just do an announcement. And so kind of waiting on him. And he's holding up my schedule here, but even though I'm a little early. So oh. Jim Tedesco. Yes, I am feeling better, my friend. It was rough. Matter of fact, I think it was a day or two after I was supposed to be on your show, I ended up in the hospital. So not for long. It was just kind of like an overnight thing, but that's beside the point. Anytime you got to spend time in the hospital, especially during the showstopper here, it isn't a pleasant hospital ain't a pleasant experience to begin with. Anthony Dodge, how you doing tonight, my friend? So again, Jim, I apologize for skipping out on you, but I wouldn't have been much of a guest, I want to tell you. So we'll get together, another time, and I'll come on with you. I got all kind of things that we can talk about and stir up the muddy waters. So the subject I'm going to talk about tonight has a little to do with what Dave at Crooked River and Eastern was talking about on his show last week. And it got me thinking. So my subject's going to be kind of related to some of the things that he was talking about. And it kind of moved over onto his Thursday morning show. So, and I have a little tidbit and plug I want to put in tonight. So, of something that I think I have something to contribute to in the hobby. So, waiting for some more people to get in here. It says right now I got 15. So, $4.15 Big K. You look new. So I'm glad you love trains. So you're at the right place because we all love trains too. So good to have you in here and welcome, welcome, welcome. So $4.15. Write that down. $4.15 Big K. I'll have to check out your channel. Well, you're more than welcome to that because we always try to make everybody welcome as long as you're behaving yourself. Every once in a while we get those hecklers that like to come in, you know. But otherwise, always welcome somebody else's opinion and things about the. You don't have a channel, just an account to use to watch videos. Well, that's okay too. And I'm glad you tuned in to watch us tonight. Again, like I said, I was waiting for my guest, who I don't know what happened there, but anyhow. So I'm up to 22 people. Well, I will say, I know there, in my area, I know we got a train show coming up. I think it's the Greenberg Train Show. I'm not 100% positive on that, but I think it's coming to Monroeville this month. And I got to find out the exact date. I don't have it. There's what's happening. What's going on? There's Model Ruler. How you doing tonight, buddy? And there's Dave from Crooked River and Eastern, my compadre in arms. But yeah, I'm overdue for a train show. I don't know if I'll make this one or not. The one I want to see coming, it's a smaller train show. It's held by a fire department, local fire department around here. And since the showstopper hit, they haven't, at least I don't know if they've had one. But man, it is one of the nicest little train shows you ever went to. Good bargains. Good bargains. So that's what I like. I like going for the bargains. I'm definitely a bargain shopper, which I think we all are, especially these days and times. My goodness, things keep getting ridiculously priced. So, but you know, of a train show in your area, don't be afraid to put it up in the chat and say, hey, it's coming this way, you know. Let anybody else know that might be living around you. Like I said, I know there's a Greenberg one coming up in Monroeville here real soon here. I don't have the exact date, and I don't feel like looking it up on my phone. Ian, how you doing? Lehigh River Subdivision. Good to see you in here tonight. That's good. You're doing good. Dave, BNSFN scale. Hello, hello, hello. But yeah, train shows. Yeah. I want everybody to remember Low Country Railroad. How you doing tonight? I want everybody to remember that Strasburg's sneaking up on us quick, and that's May 20th to the 22nd, 2022, this year at Strasburg. The big meet and greet that Sparky likes to get organized, and we didn't have it last year because of Showstopper and all the mandates. Hey, there's Heath from Human City Junction. Low Country Railroad. Howdy, howdy. I think I see Niecy J in there. There's Anthony from Georgia Sunbelt, my good buddy. Yeah, there's Niecy J. Chris from Go Via Go Home's in here. Yeah, it's Tuesday already. Unbelievable, ain't it? It's also February already. Isn't that crazy? February 1st already. My goodness. Tomorrow's Groundhog Day. Makes you get hungry for groundhog. Just want to shoot that sucker. And they say and guaranteed he's probably going to see his shadow tomorrow because it's supposed to be sunny and all that good stuff. The Closet Branch, how you doing? CP 368 Productions, how you doing? But yeah, if you haven't been to one of these meet and greets, they're great. They're great. Definitely worth making the trip. Definitely worth making the trip. I know Steamtown was probably one of the best times I ever had. So, with it, as far as with a bunch of, as a matter of fact, that was really the first time, other than going to a train show, that I've been with a bunch of YouTubers and train enthusiasts all at one time put together. And we all knew one another, but we didn't know one another. You know what I mean? Through YouTube, you knew each other through our videos, but when you get to start and you can actually get personal and talk with one another, you make some really good, solid friendships, and you'll definitely enjoy it. So keep that in mind. If you haven't already decided to go, think about it a little harder because it is definitely worth it. So it'll be in Strasburg, Pennsylvania this year. And then next year he'll probably pick out some other place. And if you're able to make it, that's fine. If not, maybe you can wait till the next year and see if it's closer to your home or whatever. Hey, there's Tony, Redbird Tony. How you doing tonight, buddy? Good to see you in here. Yeah, Steamtown meet and greet was awesome. It really was. Yeah. Dave was there. We all had a great time. It really was. It was really a terrific time. Georgia Sunbelt was there. We did we did a dinner in a dining car, which was pretty cool, other than we were packed in like sardines, but otherwise it was a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of people and got to talk to some people that I probably wouldn't have talked to, up close. I got to get associated with Anthony there at Georgia Sunbelt. He sat at our table and we had great conversation, laughed, had lots of fun, picked on Dave from Crooked River. It was fun. There's Mystic Southern Railway. Rusty, how's it going tonight, buddy? I think I missed you here earlier. So, yeah, there was a lot you didn't miss out on Steamtown Model Railer. he didn't miss out. Steve 87, how's it going, my friend? Well, I'm going to move on. My special guest don't look like he's going to show up. I have to tell him about that. He didn't give me no warning either, but that's okay. We'll manage. But what I'm going to talk about tonight is something that's very near and dear to my heart, and it's scratch building. And the reason I'm saying scratch building, I'm seeing a lot of guys that are putting 4 and 5 kits together to make a building and this and that. And that's all fine and good. For what you're spending for all those kits and you're putting them together, you could probably scratch build it for probably half the price. And it isn't scratch building. You do have to have a little bit of a talent, but not that much. Because, buddy, hey, if this old fat man can do it with shaky hands, you can do it. And it don't take a lot to get started. I mean, you can pick up some of the fancier tools as you go along, but really, basically what you need is a scale rule, which is very important. You want a scale rule. You want a regular rule. You need an X-Acto knife, so no matter what kind of material you're working with. Some tape. Couple clamps, little cheap clamps. Don't have to be nothing fancy, just some cheap clamps. A square. If you have a regular square, little square, that's cool too. I wished I had a set of them little squares. But this is what I got. I bought this on Wish, I think for like $6. Some sandpaper or a nail file. Okay, some sandpaper. And one of the most important things you need is a pencil. And some glue. Glue of some sort. Here's a good plastic glue. I like using Fowler Expert. A lot of guys like using Model Masters. There's all kinds. Tamiya makes some good glue. Some white glue of some sort. If you're working with wood, you want to get some good wood glue. But you're going to need some glue. And that'll get you started. I mean, and that will get you started. You can get into some fancier tools and stuff, but these tools that I just showed you are the basic tools that I use almost on every kind of scratch build that I use. And you might have $20 or more in some of this, $20, $25, $30 in stuff, depending on what you're using for material. I mean, if you can scratch build with cardboard, an old cereal box. I've seen some guys. I'll tell you who. Drew Steele. Drew Steele is terrific at taking cardboard and making it look like really something else. Now he wraps it with, he downloads like brick and clapboard and things like that off the internet, and then he puts it over the cardboard, and it looks great. It looks great. He builds some nice stuff out of that stuff. You can use styrene plastic, which that's probably my preferred right now. I'm playing around a little bit with some wood, but when I say wood, I'm talking like bass wood and stuff like that. You can get that off the internet fairly cheap. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. But what I'm trying to tell you is you can get the model that you want. For instance, I've been seeing a lot of you guys wanting to do cement plants and things like that. and you're taking like 3 or 4 kits and putting them all together to make this thing. Well, I know the Walthers kits, they're really they're inexpensive, but they're not. When you start talking about buying 5 kits at one time, you're going to have a $200 to $300 in these kits to make that big plant. Where you could have probably, if you just with a little bit of imagination, go take some pictures of the cement plant that you want, or look them up online and take it down there, and get out your little fancy scale rule. And it don't take much to figure out. I mean, you find a doorway. A doorway is usually, 80 to 84 inches tall. You get a doorway. You figure out, well, okay, if that's 84 inches tall, this is how high it is all the way to the top. And you can figure it out. And then you take your little scale rule and you just put it in HO scale, and away you go. And it works out good. I'm sure there's some guys that can explain it a lot better. Some people that I have learned from watching some of their videos, a lot of their videos, believe it or not, is like Vinny, cousin Vinny from BNSF 6951. If you go into his playlist, man, he has some good stuff on scratch building. Another good guy I like to watch is Mark Stewart from Stu's Structures. He's got some good stuff. You want to go there and see his stuff. Hi, Digger. I see you popped in. How you doing tonight? Cal Stevens, how you going? Anybody else that I missed? Howdy. And Otis Tooley. How you doing, Otis? From Princeton, West Virginia. Hey, guess what? My guest popped in. Better late than never.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Oh, not much. I was starting into about scratch building here. Saying about some of these guys that like to take 2 or 3 Walthers kits and put them together, and how expensive that can be when you could scratch build it for probably half the cost. All you needed is to have a little bit of imagination.
That's right. And I have none.
Oh, no, that's not true. That is not true. You could take pictures of stuff that are along, like KCS, along the KCS line, and you could, if you just use a little bit of smarts in a scale rule, you can figure out how to build that building.
Well, I'm actually going to be doing that. Sometime this year. I need to build a plywood facility, and I'm modeling it after an actual one. So
there you go. See?
So it's going to be all scratch built.
And the advantage of scratch building something is it makes something on your layout that is unique. You're not going to find it on the guy down the road, the guy in the next state, guy in Germany. He ain't going to have it on his layout because it's original to your layout and your layout only because you built it.
That's true.
So
let me see. I need to say hi to Low Country Railroad and Joe Rader and Dave and James and Dave BNSF and Jim Tedesco and man,
Darren,
look at that.
B&H.
Darren, hey, B&H. Yeah, Dwight, Anthony, Kyle. Yeah, John, Mystic John's there.
Yeah.
Chasco. Man, look at all those people. You could draw a crowd, Wilmer. Right Cowboy Valley, Digger, Sparky, John at Schoolkill. Man, there's too many Johns in here again. Happy Valley.
Happy Valley Hobbies.
Yeah.
So.
Well, howdy, everybody.
Yeah. Well, Robert, tell them why I'm having you on here tonight.
because Wilmer is kind enough to let me promote my 500 subscriber contest. So all you got to do is email me, flyingcrow@yahoo.com. How simple is that? Email me with your choice. Whether you want number 1, structure builds, number 2, scenery and backdrop, number 3, operations, 4, painting and weathering of locomotives and cars, or decoder installs. So what do you want to see most of in 2022? Not that I'm not going to do all of those things, but those five things, what do you want to see most of? Now, you got to be a subscriber and you have to vote by sending that to my email, because so far only 13 people have signed up. 500 subscriber contest. So it's going to be a gift certificate of some sort. So it doesn't matter what scale you are. So if you only want those 13 people to have the chance to win, well, then, okay.
It won't break my heart because I'm one of the 13.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
one out of 13 is not a bad deal.
Yeah.
If they don't want to vote, that's fine. I got no problem with it.
Yeah.
I'll take your money.
That's it. I think Wilmer created about 10 more screen names too, and I think he's the only one that said no.
I wouldn't do something like that.
He's stuffing the ballot box.
I wouldn't do that. I'm not a. No, I can't say that. So anyhow, you guys get on the ball. The main deal is Robert he wants some guidance on what you want to see him do.
Right.
Do you want to see him grind away on his live streams where you can't hear nothing other than his Dremel going?
Yeah, that's it. If you want more Dremel noise, let me know that too.
Right. And
well, thanks, Digger. Johnny Cash.
As Steve say, watch paint dry as he's airbrushing.
Yeah.
Or watch him do switching. Or watch him build his lift out bridge. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Well, that's because I'm going to have to get a bridge kit to do that. So everything. James Galton says
why
everything.
Not scratch build one?
I don't know if that's a little bit beyond me or not. I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I would have to get some real plans then and see, real architectural plans and see how it's done. So.
Hey, if John Dilley and Rick Bailey can put one together, you can put one together.
Oh, yeah, but they had a kit.
See? I know, but they modified those kits.
And they're more talented than I am. It's just me. I'm just stumbling along. I'm just stumbling along.
Right. I think you can scratch build. I've got total faith in every one of you guys here.
Yeah, look at Dave wants to have write-ins on my ballot now.
Write-ins. There you go.
Lift out bridge.
Yeah, you could write them in. He'll look at that.
Hey Ken, how you doing?
Contest or not might be a different story, but oh. Hey, I see Sparky in there. How you doing, Sparky?
Yeah, I said hi to Sparky. You didn't see Sparky?
Yeah, well, I've been busy too much flapping my gums.
Yeah, Otis. I didn't say hi to Otis. And Connie, I didn't say hi to you.
I said hi to Otis earlier. So get in on Robert's contest.
Yeah.
That's fine with me. I got no problem if you don't get in on this contest.
That's fine. Wilmer even wants people to withdraw.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, you can always take your thing too.
That's right. Yeah, I just want to make sure that whatever I'm showing on my channel is relevant, that people really want to see it, So
right. Well, we all want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all want that. So, but that's why I brought Robert on. That way, and I had somebody to pick on too. So
That's right. Well, I'm glad you're talking about scratch building. That's a good subject, though.
Right.
It really is. Well, James, I know you probably, but you're a master builder. James says he didn't have any plans for his, but James is a master builder. I've seen his woodwork. I mean, it's incredible. So
right. And yeah, some of you guys underestimate yourself too. I see some of these videos and I watch some of the things you guys do is just like, wow. And I surprised myself when it came to the scratch building. I really did. When you think, oh man, I messed this all up, and then you do one little thing and it just turns it all around. And you're like, wow, I did that, So it is amazing. And like I said, it doesn't take everybody got to have a little bit of talent. If we didn't have talent, we wouldn't be doing this. Okay.
That's true.
So you do have to have a little bit of talent, and every one of us got a little bit of talent. And scratch building is something I think that needs to be promoted a little bit more, because at least I ain't seen too many videos on doing it. There isn't that many guys out there that scratch build too much.
No, and I think that it's just because people are afraid to do it the first time.
I know I was.
Yeah, and that's it.
You spend X amount of dollars on the styrene and the glue, and the first swipe you took, you didn't hold it close enough to the straight edge, and it went off a little bit, and you're like, no.
Yeah. Oh, Nisi, you've got talent. I've seen your stuff too. We know you do.
Yeah.
And Dave,
who's Nisi trying to fool?
Yeah, I know. James wants, or I'm sorry, Dave Thurber says I should go watch a video of somebody building a swing out and get inspiration from that. I wonder who that could be.
I think Dave's swing out turned out awesome.
I know it did.
So, if he isn't happy with that, maybe your standard is just a little too high.
Yeah. I know, because it was beautiful.
Oh, I think it's beautiful. It really turned out nice. The only one I've ever seen that was just as nice, and I'm going to say it was better, but I'm going to say just as nice, is the Stephen Bennett channel, and Rob Bennett built it on his layout, and he thinks he could have done better, And I look at it and I'm like, wow. I mean, it made my little lift up bridge look like
that's it,
like nothing. So,
and Wigwag, that's a good point. What do you have to lose when you're scratch building? You don't have anything to lose. I mean, the materials are fairly cheap.
Right.
Even if you mess up.
Start out, like I said, taking an old cereal box and putting it together. Make it out of a cereal box. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, cereal boxes are cheap, and that type of a material. Yep. And it don't take much to put that together. It don't.
You can always go buy the for sale signs.
For sale sign, well, yeah. The for sale signs are good for some purposes.
Yeah, mock-ups and things like that. Yeah,
and things like that, but they're kind of they're flimsy. You have to do a lot of reinforcement of them, and by the time you've done that, you might as well just bought the regular styrene and been done with it. But I usually, if I do a mock-up, I usually make it out of like foam board. Like you can go to the dollar store, you can get a big sheet of foam board for $1,
mm-hmm.
And I'll do that. Like here, I'll show you. I got it. Here's a basic mock-up I made a while back. It's held together with tape, And this was for a house. And matter of fact, this was the mock-up for this beauty that I did.
Yeah, didn't that turn out beautiful?
Yeah. Yep. And like I said, it didn't take much to make this into something that was pretty nice.
Hmm.
And like I said, all you had to do is just have a little bit of imagination. And I didn't base this off of a photograph. This was all just out of my head. And I'm pretty proud of that.
I am too. I mean, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve 87 says Apple Jacks are the best boxes. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, if you look at it. I do like Apple Jacks. So I can eat Apple Jacks.
Yeah. That sounds like you Southern things. Yeah. Apple Jacks. What happened to Cheerios?
Well, Wilmer, I'm going to leave you.
All righty.
I thank you for letting me come on for a few minutes. And
hey, no problem. I might need you to return the favor soon, maybe.
Hey, Pappy, it's and it's flyingcrow@yahoo.com.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Y'all take it easy. Thank you. And I will see you later.
Okay. See you later, Robert. Hi, Denise Cross, my sister-in-law. I saw you tonight. Thank you for the present earlier. So, where was we? Oh, yeah. And scratch building don't have to be anything fancy either. I made this. This is just a little outbuilding. Okay, that I made for along the way there. I did that in probably 2 evenings. And it's just a basic square little box. Excuse me. Square little box. And I get my doors and windows mostly from Teachy Train Group, which they have a really awesome selection. I get most of that from there, and for my scratch builds, and which makes it a whole lot easier. And the sign I actually made myself. So, and it isn't. You put a little bit of paint on it, some weathering, do a little bit of weathering, and before you know it, you got something that really is terrific. Yeah, if you want to start, or Steve makes a point, which he's done this before to himself. If you want to try scratch building, Jack's going to run a contest soon, but you need to watch his channel. There you go. And Jack's scratch build contests are really, even if you're not entered in it, they are fun to watch, and you can learn a lot from these guys scratch building different things. Steve's a good scratch builder. He don't do it enough. He likes kits. But he's a good scratch builder. I've seen him do some amazing stuff. That little elevator that you made out of the brass tubing and stuff, I thought was just wow. So there he is. Speaking of scratch building, here comes Mark from Stu's Structures. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you around again. I know you hibernated there for a while. Can't wait to see some videos come up. I think I seen you had one today, so haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but good to see you back, my friend. But I myself, I especially if you're doing a theme of a particular time or era, and the buildings aren't available in kits, and there isn't anything really close to it, but you can get a hold of pictures, and you can take them pictures and turn them around and make the structure for your railroad to keep it as prototypical as possible. And I've seen some guys do some amazing. Mark does some really amazing stuff from from the B&O Railroad that he likes to do from his era and time that he works in. Beautiful work, and that's what it's all about. When you're all done, you have a nice structure that nobody else got on your layout. And I myself, I think that is very much more impressive and satisfying as a model railroader. Yeah. Well, depending on which train I feel like running is which era I'm running. That's the way I do it. But I'm having a lot of fun building the stuff that I'm building and making. I don't scratch build as much as I'd like to, but and you know, and I've seen some guys, and it is kind of like scratch building, especially if you design the whole thing with the 3D printers. Even if you use the 3D printer just to maybe make some trim or something like that for your scratch build. I see these guys that put these whole things together that they designed the building and everything. Um, John Tanzillo is terrific at that. You send him a picture or something, he figures it out and he puts it all together and designs it on his 3D printer and puts it together and makes you a kit of what you really want. In a way, that's kind of like scratch building. You're just getting a whole lot of help with a nice tool. But scratch printing, yeah, that's right, Mark. Scratch printing, yeah, yeah. Brian is doing a lot of 3D printing right now and is doing some nice stuff. He sent me a kit. I got a kit here around Christmas time from him, and it's a diner which I got to put together. They sent it to me in this bag, and he gave me some good instructions, and he marked each one of the pieces for me. And that is something I'm looking forward to putting together as soon as I get a chance. So, and I'll put it on my layout just because Brian sent it to me. Because that's special to me, you know, when you guys give me stuff like that and that. There's Dwayne. Dwayne, Fork and Spoon. How's it going, buddy? Dwayne, when's the Monroeville show? Do you know? The Monroeville Greenberg show? I think it's coming up this month, ain't it? Let's see if Dwayne knows. You're okay. My first scratch build, I did the clapboard signing upside down. LOL. And I didn't even notice until someone pointed it out. And you know what? That ain't hard to do. That ain't hard to do. If you're in N scale, that's real easy to do. But even HO, that ain't hard to do. Not at all. And like you said, if somebody wouldn't have pointed it out and somebody was looking really close, they'd probably notice it. You never know it. But I find scratch building very rewarding and fun. Fun. It really is fun. And especially when it all comes together toward the end, and when you see it all coming together and you're like, wow. And just like this building here, when I added the flowers and the shrubs and the grass and stuff onto the platform here, and it and the weathering, it just made this thing pop, and I couldn't believe, wow, I built that. That really looks pretty cool. And I even went to as much to make make my own shingles. Okay, because I was too tight to buy them. You see what they want for paper shingles. I'll make them. It takes a little time and lots of patience, but if you want to save the money, that's the way I felt about it. Sparky says he seems to like to kit bash, since normally you have so many parts left over from a Walthers kit. And something that you say about that, well, this is something I'm finishing up right now. And when I did this kit, this was originally Jim's place, and they had an extra front. Okay. Well, it came in the box, a whole bunch of different windows and things like that. So I took that front. Now I had to make the back pieces, and I figured I got some brick siding and made the back pieces using Tichy doors. This was a window that was left over in a different kit. And I bought a fire escape, and so it's a kind of a kit bash scratch build at the same time. You know what I mean? So I took something that was left over and made something out of it. So it's easily done. Kit bashing is great too. It is. Especially when you're taking something that they designed for something and you make it your own by doing little extras and stuff to it. And lots of fun. Lots of fun. And that's the whole idea, is to have fun. And me, I personally, some guys just like putting kits together. And I'll to be honest with you, I enjoy putting a kit together. I have no problem with putting a kit together. But the scratch building is something, like I said, I've been hearing a lot of you guys that are trying to do an industry or something special on your thing, and you're taking all these kits and trying to figure out how you can kit bash them together to make what you want. When just take that imagination a step further and build it yourself, and get some pictures, take some measurements. It isn't that hard. You could take some of them kits and add to your scratch build to get the effect that you're wanting, especially when you start talking all that piping and stuff like that. I don't know if I can get in on all that, but like some of them gas plants and different factories, blast furnaces and things like that. Some of them piping kits, like from Walthers or something like that, could be very, very helpful. I'm getting there, Mark. I'm getting there. I probably don't have nearly as much as you do, but I'm getting there of getting a nice stash of stuff together. Dave put up about the Greenberg show in Monroeville. February 26th and 27th. That's the end of the month. Cool. Cool. I'll have to put that on my calendar here. Show. So. Yeah, Tom's Trains and things. I'm sure you got a lot of stuff too, buddy. Yeah. Manny Fernandez, how you doing tonight? Yeah. You don't know how many times I'll look at my little, I got I'll tell you what it is. It's an old creamer container. It had coffee creamer in it. And it's a thing all, about so size. And I fill it with all my scrap pieces. You know how many times I look in there and say, oh, this is just the size. I don't have to cut another piece. You know what I mean? I can make it work. Well, and you look into another, I have another little tub, and I saved the sprues that your kits come in on. A lot of times that's my piping or my downspouts, or you get a little bit imaginative with it, and you can make those things do a lot of things for you. And leftover pieces, I have if you can see back over this shoulder right there, okay, you can see I have a little bend thing back here hanging on the wall. That's got all my little teachy parts and uh, uh, leftovers from Walther's kits and uh, my little shop of horrors. I can find all kind of things that I need to make the build that I want. Well, that's a big undertaking, Cal. A B&O roundhouse in Martinsburg. Yeah, where did it go? Where'd you go? Did my thing moved? Here it is. Yeah, yeah. That would be a cool project. That would be very cool. You know, so where do you go here? Yeah. But yeah. Trying to read everybody's little comments here, so I'm trying not to miss anything. What are we doing tonight? What do you mean, what are we doing tonight? I'm flapping my gums a lot. But yeah, that's funky. So, well, let's see, we're coming up on 7:47 right now. So is there anything about the scratch building that you would like to ask me? If I can answer it, I will. If not, I'm sure there's enough of talented guys here that you can get an answer of some sort. If you guys get a chance and you get going at it, even if you're building kits, I recommend one of these gluing jigs from Micromart. It's worth every penny. Comes with the magnets to hold stuff in place. This is probably one of the better things that I have gotten for scratch building, kit building. Man, it's just handy all the way around. I see a lot of guys with those 1, 2, 3 blocks. I'll probably eventually get a set of those. I don't have a set now, but I'm sure that'll come around sooner or later. Why did it do that? I'm looking at what my thing's doing here. So, but anyhow, yeah, I have some. I don't even know what they are. Buck gave them to me. My son Buck. They're little square pieces of metal. They're heavy. Whatever they're made out of, they're really heavy for all the bigger they are. And I use them for a lot of things. A lot of times to weigh down stuff so that it don't warp or something when you're gluing it. And, sometimes just to hold things in place while I'm fooling around. There's some great little magnetic squares that you can get to keep your stuff square. You pick up a Micromark catalog, which I get them sent to me here. Let me see, I just got one in the mail. Yeah. Micromark catalog, all kind of great stuff in here. I mean, some of it you'll look at it and go, wow, they want that much for all the more that is. I'm going to tell you what, the stuff is usually good quality. It's built good. And it does 99 times out of 100 works really good. So, yeah. Condolences, Dwayne. Valley. Okay. Well, good night there, Happy Valley Hobbies. And we're getting up into that time. If you guys want to go ahead and promote your channel, put on how many subscribers you have, anything you got going, video that you got coming up, go ahead and promote your channel right now. This is a great time for it. We'll get ready here and wrap this up. Oh, me too. Me too, Mark. Me too. You look hard enough, you can find out that the Chinese made some knockoff that's pretty close. You know, especially when most of that stuff was made in China. You know. Digger got 1,290. Way to go. 69 away from 1,000 from Wigwag Workshop. Way to go, buddy. 69 away. 1,375 for Humanity Junction, Heath. 268 for Jim Tedesco. Sparky, Wednesday night, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. He's going to have mini prints on. Wow, cool. I've seen that guy before. He's pretty interesting to talk to, too. That ought to be a good show. 132 subs for Ray Central, 127. 562 for Dan's Grand Valley Railroad. Lehigh River Subdivision, 785. Crooked River and Eastern, 2021. Wow. 1080 for Anthony Dodge. Cowboy Valley and Timberline, 254. Cal Stevens, 94. Nothing's coming up as you're still saving for a house. Okay, I understand. 217 for Chasco. No, Mini Prince is going live. Oh, he's going live on your where your slot is. Okay. I take it what you mean. And Sparky's 54.49 and stuck. That's not a bad place to be stuck, though, brother. Everyone, don't buy a magnetic gluing jig till after my giveaway. Hint, hint. Oh, there you go. Ray Central said he'd like to get to 525 by July. Happy Valley Hobbies at 55 subs. Mystic Southern Railway, 400. That's a big congratulations there, Mystic. And so, anyhow, where are we at? We're at 7:55. Give it a few more minutes, let you guys get a couple more plugs in, and I hope tonight that I was a little convincing to talk you into trying out scratch building. Doesn't hurt. You will never know unless you try, and you probably will surprise yourself once you do. You will surprise yourself, because it don't take a whole lot to figure out what you need to do, and once you start putting it together and it starts coming together, believe me, you'll get excited at what's turning out. It'll really surprise yourself. So I hope you guys try it out. Tiny Town Trains TV, how you doing tonight? We're about ready to wrap her up here, buddy. T4, how's it going? That's right. Hey, and that's how you learn. You make a mistake, you learn from it. And a lot of times you learn how to cover it up really good too. And it turns out just as nice as you'd ever thought it would anyhow. So it isn't really a mistake, it's creative artistry. All right, Carolina Foothills, thank you for being here tonight. Good to see you in here. Good night, Dwayne. You be careful out there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to say good night to everyone. And thank you for joining me tonight. And I had a lot of fun talking about it. I hope you had a lot of fun listening to my rhetoric. And I want to just say thank you so much. And, God bless. May the good Lord bless you the way He's blessed me. I find myself being blessed so well with family. I don't go hungry. I'm warm. I'm not homeless. I got a roof over my head. Life's good. Life's good. So I thank you so much, and look at all the great friends I got. God bless everybody. Have a good evening. Have a good week. See you soon, at least in a video anyhow. And take care. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night, everyone. And